We are live, everybody.
Hey. Oh, look at Dave on the phone. He got cut.
I'm checking this out, yo.
Uh-oh, Davey banned forever. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Limited Night Live podcast number 24. Today,
oh God, his camera's doing it again. Zoomed in on his face.
Today, I have two very lovely gentlemen with me today because the third lovely gentleman had to, I only have two because the third one had to update Windows and it's taken forever. So I only have two. So here I got Adam on my left. Say hi, Adam.
That's me. Hello, everybody.
And then Davey with his super zoom camera on the right of me.
So, yeah. So do you have a reason for why your camera follows your face?
I just thought it'd be funny.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, yeah. Now that I think about it.
Just why not?
Yeah. So here we are on this fine Friday afternoon / evening for Davey because he's in the U of the K.
I got Chinese food waiting for me right there. That's
he has a Chinese.
I has.
He has a Chinese waiting for him.
A whole Chinese waiting for him. Come here, Wasabi.
Chinese.
It's time to make your appearance. So, people who've been hanging around the Discord, and also you guys know by this point probably that I have a new dog. Come here, Sabi. Come here.
Oh, he's gonna show him off.
Come here, Sabi. If he ever comes, come here. Come here. Come here, Sabi.
Kevin's shaking his whole desk.
Jesus
He's living
Christ.
in an earthquake.
Come on. I have to get him over here with the toy.
I thought you had him. And you were
Here he is.
Oh my God.
Here he is. No. Come here, Sabi. Come here. Wasabi, come here. Wasabi. I'm gonna have to go and fucking get him.
No,
Alright.
fine.
Hold on.
Oh, there goes
Oh,
Kevin.
wait.
You should have had a pre-printed insert and just held it up to the camera.
This isn't how podcasts
I thought about that.
work.
Hold on, 1 second.
Oh God,
Keep
so
it
Adam,
going.
how have you been?
Spitball.
Been okay. How have you
Yeah,
been?
yeah. I mean, I'm good. So just all Kevin fucking talks about is his new dog, and
You're gonna hear him chasing that dog around the house now.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah. So while he's here, well, you got anything you want to talk about? Oh, he's not here even.
Oh, did I just hear him? Oh, there I saw him! I saw him a little bit! There he is!
Ah!
That dog
Oh,
was
super zoom.
terrified.
Ah!
Oh my God, that's not a dog. That's a rat with long legs.
Hey, don't make fun of Wasabi.
Oh my God.
So this is Wasabi. He's a little
Terrified to be alive.
he's a little chihuahua. No,
Oh man.
he's usually really playful. He's just I chased after him, so
Yeah, so he's probably shitting through the eye of a needle right now.
no, but he's a good boy. So so kind of a little bit of a sad story on how we came to acquire this little guy. I already told Adam about this, but I won't use his name. But so there's this guy that my mom works with, a really nice kid. He's only like 18 years old, and my mom works as a nurse, and she's she does stuff. She's a nurse, obviously.
Nut stuff.
Yeah, she does stuff. But he's like somebody that goes in there and like helps because she lives in an assisted living home with a lot of like people that have lost their minds basically. So, and this guy is really good with the residents, but his dad has like onset dementia, and he forgot to pay their rent, so they got evicted from their living situation. So my mom's friend had to find a new apartment, but it wouldn't allow animals, so we had to take little Wasabi in. So
Fucking hell, you weren't wrong when you said it was a sad story. Jesus.
yeah, it's pretty sad, and it sucks because this kid's he's super nice. He's a really good guy, and he really loved this little guy. But but thankfully he could come by and see him whenever he wants, and he knows he's in a good place because you guys know how much I love animals, and so does my mom. So
Yeah, it's almost.
He already loves him more than Winston.
no, I love them equally. Okay.
Winston's like, the fuck?
Yeah, so we're gonna have to redraw your character out with two dogs now: Wasabi on one shoulder and Winston on the other.
Potentially, no. But it's funny though. On a more lighthearted note, so Wasabi has gotten into the habit of trying to hump Winston, and Winston just kind of lets him. Winston just kind of lets him do it. So I don't know.
You got a gay dog, Kevin.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I love him equally. I don't care.
Nothing wrong with that, but you got a gay dog.
Yeah, you know.
I told him that. I'm like, no, he doesn't care that he's gay. He cares that he's the bottom. Like, come on, Winston, you've been here way longer.
Winston's a pretty submissive dog, to be honest. Not just say yeah.
You're a pretty submissive guy. Like, I've never met anyone quite so laid back. You're just like,
You're right. You're right.
Play PUBG. I don't care. Just knock out 9 kills.
I don't care. Whatever. Oh man. But
him in chat is Limited Night again.
He is. Yeah.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. He's a fucking loser.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you know. Now we have 3 dogs in this house, and that's gonna be fun. But you know,
3 dogs.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I do. I'm gonna take my glasses.
A lot of dog.
A lot of dog. Thankfully, they're all small dogs, but you know, I used to have 4 big dogs, 4 big labs. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, my dogs eat dogs like that for breakfast.
Oh, it was James. James, you fucking ass. Why are you not here? Your Windows update done already?
No, you might
Kevin
just be on mobile.
Wants to talk about now. That's it. That's
all right, yes. Bye, everybody. No, actually, that's not true. But yeah, no, I just think it's kind of, you know, it's just kind of
EA, huh?
Oh, yeah, I guess
That's what we call a bad segue, everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
EA's bad.
I mean, he was talking about his dog fucking other dogs. Now we're just talking about how many fucking players. So maybe, I don't know.
It's still ham-fisted, no matter how you want to try to segue that. But we're
it's
moving
whatever.
on now to EA.
So yeah, EA Sports. It's in the game. No. So what do you get? What
still do that?
I don't know. I haven't played. I've never even played a sports game once.
And Kevin hates sports, huh?
Yeah. I wish they would all die. And
What's wrong with sports?
No, I'm
Sports
kidding. I don't care. I just don't like sports. They're just not my forte. But
That's fine.
yeah. But I don't care if other people like them.
So yeah.
So what are those crazy cats doing over there at EA? What are they thinking? They're not.
To bring in loot boxes. They want you to play 40 hours of Battlefront 2 to unlock heroes.
Okay.
They wanted you to anyway. They're like, okay, so what their statement was, we want you to feel a sense of pride and accomplishment in knowing that you've unlocked the heroes. But you can also just buy them straight out with real money.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well then, not anybody who has them towards the beginning of release is gonna obviously just bought them, because you have you had to play 40 hours to get Darth Vader, I think, or whatever. It was something like that. That was
basically, yeah.
Of it. And it's that's ridiculous for oh, I already spent $60 on this game. And it's I feel like people would be still upset if that were the case and you couldn't pay money for them, but you could just pay extra to have them straight out the gate. And it's that's stupid.
Yeah.
So is it not kind of then, because obviously we played GTA last night, is it not kind of like the microtransactions in that way? You can just buy, you can spend $30 or $40 and get $8 million of in-game cash.
Is it not? Here's where I see the difference between EA microtransactions and GTA microtransactions. Grand Theft Auto came out about 4 years ago now. They came out with a 100% complete game for free. Or not for free, it was $60, but that was the complete game.
Yeah, but you essentially got 2 games in one.
Right, you got GTA 5 and online. Obviously, it's a grind to get stuff, but you can still do it. I don't think it's 40 hours to be able to get some of the stuff. Maybe for some stuff, but there have been so many free DLCs that's all extra. Whereas the heroes in those games are
a
pivotal part.
Yeah.
Of it. That'd be like buying I don't know. That's like saying oh, the story mode is really hard and you have to grind a bunch to beat level. You can play every mission back to back to back if you pay for it, or you'd have to get a certain XP level or whatever to unlock the next mission, and you could just pay for it.
So to play devil's advocate here then, because I didn't play the first Battlefront, so I tell a lie, I played it a little bit when it was on EA Access. But like, if you're gonna buy the game, and you're gonna play it anyway, is playing 40 hours really such a big deal? Like,
I think it is when you can just buy your way to it. That was the point.
oh, okay.
Plus, 40 hours is quite a lot for that part of the game. Which, if you look back at like the Battlefront games that EA didn't make,
Yeah.
the heroes were part of the game.
Yeah,
like
they just
from the
showed
get-go.
up. Yeah, when you
could play you would unlock them in the middle of games by playing that game.
Yeah.
You wouldn't unlock them permanently by playing 40 hours and you had it.
So
and there were certain game modes you could do where you could just do nothing but play as heroes and stuff like that.
Yeah. And another thing too, the 40 hours thing, that's not unlocking like anything else. That's just purely just saving up for like one hero.
If you saved up all of your stuff for heroes, that would be the only stuff you'd spend them on. 40 hours is what you would get out of that.
And then is it a case like, because I know in the first Battlefront, as you just said, Adam, like you're playing a multiplayer game and then you suddenly spawn in as a hero or something?
No,
like that?
they
the old
reworked
Battlefront games, it was like part of the gameplay that like if you played in a game at a certain point, you would have the ability to play as a hero.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Well,
so,
in this one, it works on like a point system in the game where like if you do really good in the match, you can play it like you
play the hero.
Yeah, you can play the hero.
Right. So is that what happens in Battlefront 2 then? Is it like you grind 40 hours, you unlock the hero, and then you only have a chance to play him? Like,
well, it's not really a chance. It kind of determines on whether or not how good you are. Well, I guess it's kind of a chance, but it's not just like a gamble.
Oh wow! So even after grinding 40 hours and or paying $60 or however much it is, it's still only a chance to play as that hero.
Yeah, I mean, if you're good in the game, if you're good at the game, maybe, but yeah.
What James did bring up in the chat, I'll point it out because it's a good thing to point out, which I'm still not gonna be buying the game. Is that they did say that they're temporarily removing microtransactions, meaning they're gonna put them back in. They're like, oh, for now we're getting rid of them. We'll put them in later.
Didn't they also get the most downvoted comment on Reddit history?
So last time I checked, it was at -600,000. It's probably lower than that at this point.
Most definitely.
Perspective, the most downvoted comment before that one was -25,000.
Fuck me.
So they annihilated it.
Knocked that one out of the park.
But I think what happened was the reason they even took them out temporarily at this point was because I think it wasn't the CEO, but it was like somebody like higher up in EA had to talk with somebody higher up in Disney because Disney doesn't like bad PR.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
No.
So yeah, that's probably
especially
why
not
they're
with
backpedaling hard right now.
Especially not with the Last Jedi. Like what is it? A month away now? Like or less than a month?
It's I think it's a month from yesterday, I want to say.
And I don't doubt that there's going to be some sort of tie-in for the game because there was last time with the Force Awakens.
I'm separating the two because I'm definitely going to go see The Last Jedi because I don't think it really ties to each other at all.
No. But like the last was it last year? Yeah. No, it was the year before that.
Yeah,
They had the Jakku map came out, but I think that one was free for everybody.
Oh,
but, yeah.
Right.
Well, that is another thing to bring up. They are adding all the DLC for free into Battlefront 2.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like everybody was excited about that, but now that they're doing this, it's like okay, well.
Is this a move away then? Because obviously traditionally for last gen, it's been like you buy your game, you pay like $20, you get a season pass, you get all the DLC. Or you buy the bits of individual DLC itself. Do you reckon this now then is going to be you buy the game, they give you the DLC for free? Because like GTA is doing it, and now apparently Battlefront 2 is doing it. You buy the game, you get the DLC for free. But if you want to play this game with any sort of like power or enjoyment, you have to spend $30 on microtransactions for loot boxes or GTA. Because that seems to be the way it's going.
Yeah, honestly, it does seem. Because they make so much money off of like their loot boxes, and like GTA makes so much money off of shark cards that it almost seems unnecessary for them to make you pay for the DLC because it's like at this point it's like, well, we have so much money that it's not even really like
because it's like Overwatch follows that trend as well. You get like new heroes and maps and things like that.
For free.
It's even going so far now that people are trying to get like gambling like whatever the National Gambling Association or whatever to try and they're trying to petition them to get to classify loot boxes as gambling, so you wouldn't be able to have them in your game if it was rated towards kids.
I think that's a good idea. Sort of.
Because that would be a way to get it out of like they're not like if it was then classified as gambling, you know that there's no way they're going to be putting it in a Star Wars game.
Because I mean, there's already so many reasons like censors and parents shit on gaming. The last thing they want is little Jimmy, fucking 9 years old, playing a rated 18 game, like even a rated 15 game, like being able to buy like $300 worth of loot boxes.
So basically, the whole thing right now is what I've seen is people are trying to go around and spreading messages online that's saying like, don't let your kids play Battlefront 2 or whatever. They're even saying not even EA. They're saying Disney is marketing gambling towards your children because it's a Star Wars game. Because they know EA can brush off bad PR like that. Disney won't let that happen. So they want to make sure that like Disney feels it too, because they're gonna put the pressure on EA for using one of their IPs. And they don't want it to hurt their brand, because Disney is like one of the best companies at like keeping their brand clean there is. So if you put pressure on them about that, more than likely something's going to happen, probably.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I definitely think it's a step in quite a potentially dangerous direction where. Because, I mean, well, not a dangerous direction. I mean, I would be glad if I didn't have to pay for DLC for games that I like, but I also don't want to have a disadvantage if I'm, forced to pay for things. Because already...
And here's how I see it, too, right? Imagine in GTA if they had changed it up like this. So you get the DLC for free, or you have the ability to buy all the new DLC stuff for free, but, like, there's, like, rocket car races and stuff like that. Yeah. You still get to use all of those cars in those races. Imagine now if they had said, okay, you don't get to participate in those races unless you own one of these things yourself.
Yeah.
And even then, that's still not... I don't think that's as bad as what EA's doing, but still. GTA's like, yeah, fuck it, you can have it when you do jobs, except for, like, free roam unless you buy it, but...
Yeah. I think GTA is a very good model to follow, and Overwatch as well. But I'm trying to think now, are there any other games that...
Because the thing
I'm okay with loot boxes as long as it's 100% cosmetic.
Yeah.
So, I'm okay with that. But
like Overwatch.
Like Overwatch, but once you start gaining an in-game advantage,
I think that's Destiny 2's model as well, because you can buy silver, but I think all you get from it is just you get cosmetics and maybe ships. But
Destiny 2 is interesting because it also, I mean, I guess Overwatch and GTA do this as well, but they all also give you the potential to earn those. Like, I've got so many bright engrams, which is where you get the cosmetics from. Yeah. Like, because you get a bright engram every time you level up past 20. Yeah. And I think I've done, like, 3 or 4 levels past 20 now, and they just give you bright engrams. It's like, they only give you one, but it's like, oh, shit, well, that's actually... And I think that's, like, they're trying to give you a taste of it, and it's like, oh, but... I think I've only ever bought silver in Destiny once, and the only reason I bought it was because some guy in the Destiny lobby that we were in, he bought like a bunch of, I think he bought like 10 silver crates, which were like the things you unpacked. And I was like, fuck that guy, I want to buy 11. So I went and bought 11 crates and opened them all, one after the other, and then just started dancing in front of the other guy. I didn't get shit from it, like, it was terrible.
I just wanted to one-up him, literally.
I literally wanted to one-up him. Like, you open 10 in chat, I'll open 11. Fuck you, subscribe to LimitedNight.
That reminds me... Okay. That reminds me, though, just as an aside, and I'll let you get to your point, Adam. The Destiny 2... Oh, Davey zoomed in camera, zoomed in on his soda. The Destiny 2 Season Pass is only $35, and I thought it was way more than that.
So, I already have it.
Yeah.
So, I was an idiot with Battlefront 1, because I got it for Christmas, like when it came out a couple years ago. And then I also got money for Christmas, and I played Battlefront 1, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. So I bought the season pass for that game, which was $50, by the way, with my Christmas money. I never once played the DLC because I got bored of the game and uninstalled it about a month in. Because the campaign in that game is literally 45 minutes long. If you sit down and play it, it takes 45 minutes in Battlefront 1.
Oh, yeah, because there is none.
But I'm almost sort of glad at this point that this is happening to this game, and here's why. Because as somebody who does play sports games, this happens all the time in their sports games. That they do this in like it's like an Ultimate Team, which is where like you buy packs with in-game currency, but you can also just you can't buy the in-game currency, but you can just buy a bunch of packs if you want to, and then like you just buy all the packs, and then you can like sell the players in the packs for in-game currency, and so that's in that game mode. And obviously, the more packs you buy with real money, the more like chance you'll have at getting more in-game currency and stuff like that. So it's the same sort of thing.
It's like PUBG, isn't it? You can take clothes in PUBG and sell them for real world money. It's like
yeah.
Well, yeah, but you can't. That's the thing, is you can't sell stuff in like their sports games for real world money. You can
can you not?
No, you would get their in-game currency, but you can't turn that in-game currency back into real money. But it's one of those things. It's like you get
Adam, you're getting called out in the chat.
Yeah, I know. I bought the game. I bought the game so we could do a video in it, James.
We don't acknowledge chat.
Anyway, it's one of those things that you get like a very real advantage over somebody if you have better players, obviously. And so but the problem is nobody's gonna care about it if it's in sports games, because there are a big portion of people who play them, but there aren't that many people who are gonna care as much. Whereas this is like Star Wars Battlefront, where it's like this is a series like the old Battlefront games people loved. I loved playing the old Battlefront 2 so much. Like that, I played like so many hours of that game with just like my cousin and my brother and all of them, like just sitting around the PS2. Yeah, I would always do there was always the mode where you could go in like Mos Eisley Cantina, and you could play as it was just hero mode. You could play as any of the heroes in the game.
I will say this. Adam and I did play the beta for Battlefront 2, and we did have a pretty good time playing the game.
Yeah, it's a fun game, which is the annoying part. Is like I was looking forward to buying it, but now I'm not going to. I'm not giving them my money on this one.
Yeah, no, I probably won't pick it up either. And I can understand why people are pissed about it, but it's like, it's crazy how gaming has evolved, even in like 15 years. Like, because I remember sitting down on my N64 and booting up Legend of Zelda, and that to me was like, oh shit, this doesn't get any better. And I'm sure older people will be like, oh yeah, we thought that about the Genesis and what have you. But man, can you imagine if they'd tried to pull shit like microtransactions on like Xbox 360 or something like that?
Yeah. I remember something similar to that. As I popped in GTA 4 for the first time, and I'm like, that's it. These graphics are real life. It doesn't get any better than
These are real life.
It looks like
in the game. Oh man.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at James. Fuck you, pung.
God. Shit. Oh man.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, I'm sort of sad to see it go this way too, because it seems like more and more. And it's like, I'm fine with this in like free mobile games and stuff like that, because it's a free game you're playing. But these aren't free mobile games. I'm already paying $60 for the game. Like, I want to play the game. Stop trying to sell me more stuff in game. Like, I get like DLC. Like, I remember like Halo 3 obviously had like DLC, but those were like maps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's fine. That's okay DLC because it expands on a large portion of the game. Whereas this is like. Yeah, and then this is like, okay, well, the heroes are supposed to be part of the game. Why do we need to either grind insanely long to get them, or just pay for it? I don't know. It's just.
Do you think that's like a side effect though? To that point, is that obviously 15 years ago you got your game and that was it. No DLC, nothing like that. You fucking popped it in, you played it, that was it. You bought the next one when it came out, or you didn't. You didn't like it. There. Do you think that's a side effect though of like, and it's a very much a cultural thing. I think that everyone expects things now because we live in an age where we have the internet in our phones and things like that. Everyone wants their stuff now, and they don't want to wait. They don't want to grind. So EA are like kind of trying to jump on that opportunity by saying, yeah, if you're a hardcore player, you can grind and unlock them. But also, we recognize that you guys out there might not have the time to play 40 hours, because it's very much true. Like, I wouldn't have time to sit down and play 40 hours. It would take me a very long time to play 40 hours of anything. Like, I've played 250 hours of PUBG, like, over how many months? Like, 4 or 5? So I get where people are coming from, that it's like... But at the same point, it's like, is it really that big a deal?
Well, it's one of those things that it's like, when EA says, oh, do you really have time to play 40 hours? It's like, you created the 40-hour problem. You're trying to get us to buy a solution to a problem you've made.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, do you think the people that are getting annoyed at it are the people that just wanted the game? And I can understand why, because you should always get a finished game. But it's like they want the heroes, they want them for free, and they don't want to have to grind for them. Like they just want everything handed to them on the plate.
I don't think it's that. I think they'd be okay with the grind, even though 40 hours. That's one of those things that it's like it's not it's not a grind that sucks. It's the fact that it's a 40-hour grind. That's such a long grind for a game. That's that's almost 2 days. Like if you sat down, that would be almost 2 days straight of playing, which is a ridiculously long time. But it's also the fact that you can just pay your way out of it that they're upset about. It's like, well, what if I did do the grind for 40 hours, but then this guy just got the game and paid for it?
Yeah, see that's also one of the things I think is a bit like obviously why people have problems with it. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Like there's always going to be that elitist mindset. It's like, oh, I grinded for this, I'm better than you. Oh, peasants. But I think it's just like, why are people so bothered about it? If you grind it, you got it, brilliant. If you didn't have the money to pay for it, you still got it.
Because like, it's such an essential part of the game that 40 hours is a long time, whereas in like again, I'll stress Battlefront 2, the old one on like PS2, which is hailed as one of the greatest it's probably the best Battlefront game there is. People love that because it's already in the game. It's available to you. That's how it should be. You already bought the game, whereas it's one of those things that EA's making a problem so they can sell you a solution. Yeah. That's what's happening here. And this we live in like an area, or like this is a thing that happens where EA has been voted one of the worst company in the world several times
over,
where there are actual companies that have like slave labor in China, and EA still gets voted worse than them.
Yeah,
God.
I can see both sides of the
argument. I will say this though, it's kind of an interesting progression that we've gone through when it comes to games. So when they first came out, like you said, you get the game, that's it. And then people started like, oh, well, we want more of this game. It's so fun. It's so cool. So they're like, all right, we'll make a DLC thing. And then we'll have a season pass so you can pay, it's cheaper. And then they're like, well, why do we have to pay for DLC? Bah, 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 bah. And then they're like,
that was it, because the last big thing, wasn't it, was that
people didn't like season passes.
People didn't like season passes because they felt that because there was a lot of people that would just put games, and I think Assassin's Creed did this if I'm not mistaken, but they would put a game out, they would put the content that you pay behind the paywall on the disc and then charge you like $20 to unlock it later. And it's interesting, as you say, it's to see it's like it's swung away. Like it's like we've got full game and then it curves around and it's like, oh, you get half a game, buy the season pass and get the rest of the game, and now it's swinging back to, well, you get the full game and we're going to give you DLC for free, but buy our heroes for $40. Like it's just crazy.
It's weird.
I think one of the things too with this is a problem people have with the season pass for Battlefront 1 is that you say like, oh well, of course they'll charge for their DLC, but the problem people had with it is like there was like 3 maps in the game and then the DLC was extra money. And it's like did I pay $20 per map? Like I paid $60 for this game which has 3 maps, a 45-minute campaign.
No, there wasn't even a campaign.
There was okay. So there was a single player mode. That was like challenges and stuff like that. But you could burn through all of them in 45 minutes.
Yeah. And
it's like they're like no, and then it's like okay, here's the rest of the game, but pay us twice. Yeah. And the fact that the pass was $50 extra.
It's so I think the next generation you're gonna have to give a little bit of your blood to get the the loot boxes, because
to actually even unlock the case of the game, you have to just swipe a credit card through.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those things that it's like I have no problem with you having DLC with the season pass or whatever. That's okay with me, but make it so that the full game is worth $60. The game that I paid $60 for should be worth $60 to me.
Like GTA, that game was worth $60.
Like GTA is so much. That game has paid for itself so many times over in my eyes.
I bought that game 3 times.
Yeah,
I bought it 3 times, and I still think that was worth it.
Yeah,
once on the 360, once on the Xbox One, and then once on PC.
Exactly the same with me. I don't ever feel like
same with me, except mine was for Sony consoles. But yeah,
like it was like okay, 361 PC. I enjoyed it every single time I bought it. I played the fuck out of it on every console and PC. And I don't regret it at all. Battlefront, if I could do it again, I wouldn't have bought that season pass. because I uninstalled the game a month after I got it, because that's the problem, is the game couldn't hold me over for even a month. I was done with it, whereas Grand Theft Auto has held me for 4 years straight.
Yeah.
I still play the game.
Well, it's just a fundamentally fun game, Grand Theft Auto. Like,
welcome
even
to the Limited Night Gaming podcast.
Even without like this, like the interesting story and, you know, the characters. If you just had GTA where you were just like it's proven that, like the first one, if you're just a guy running around stealing cars, killing shit, it's fun. So
yeah,
well, it's making your own story, isn't it?
If I'm being honest here, I still haven't even. I've owned the game 3 times. I've never beat the story once.
You should.
I've never beat because I get so sucked into just running around and playing
Flashlights
either
only.
Flashlights only. There you go.
Flashlights
That's something you
only.
can make at that game. You can't do flashlights only at Battlefront. Imagine if you ran into a Battlefront game and it's like flashlights only. Oh, they don't have flashlights because this game.
Please play $15 to upgrade your flashlight.
Yeah, so you can run around and smack people with it.
I've played in single player mode, just running, and I've never even installed mods on my PC, and I've still just had fun running around playing single player mode. Obviously, mods are an extra that I still have a chance to do.
Yeah.
But I also play GTA Online probably more than single player, just running around and doing online stuff.
Yeah. I haven't even touched a single player on PC. I've played through it twice. I played it on the Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and I finished the story on both of them just to get like the $1 million you get at the end or something, like silly like that.
Yeah.
And I had to play single player on Xbox One because I discovered a glitch on Xbox One where you could get a car on Xbox One on the single player. If you parked it in certain spots and did a certain spawn, the car would load in on the online mode. Oh. So I would just buy supercars and things like that, park them up, load into the online, and then my character would have like a Pegassi fucking Zentorno or something like that.
Shit.
I was like, yes, glitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
That game on 360 is so full of like modders online now, because I have a cousin who still owns it on 360 since he doesn't have like a One or a PC or whatever. Like he only has a 360 and he still plays it online. They're like Rockstar has just stopped caring about like the old gen version of that game online.
Right.
Because he said like one time I walked out of my apartment and there were like 50 windmills just sitting in the street in front of his apartment.
That's hilarious.
Just sitting there and he's like, yeah, that's about right.
I think it was on 360 once, but I was just driving along and I was suddenly pulled out my car kept on going, and then all of a sudden I had a fire hydrant in me and I was just walking around as a fire hydrant. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then strippers started appearing, like they just spawned like 100,000 strippers, and they're all doing that same synchronous dance. Yeah. Terrifying. God. Oh God Almighty!
So the final verdict is
fuck EA.
Battlefront 2 won't be on your Christmas list this year. I'm guessing, right?
No, but speaking of
holidays,
Dave, first of all, will it be on your Christmas list?
What, Battlefront 2?
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking not.
Okay.
I might play it because I have EA access on the PC, so I might play it if it comes to EA access, like in 3 years or something. But no, I won't be buying. I love Star Wars as well. Like I always wanted to get into the Battlefront games. They just don't grab me. Just don't know what it is.
I think even the old Battlefront 2 on Steam. I think they've actually brought I think like some community members brought like online back. There's like about 1,000 people online who are playing that still.
It's kind of funny
because anyway, Christmas lists. What does everybody want for the holidays?
Well, I first of all want it to not be fucking Christmas decorations in the middle of pissing November. If you're watching this and you're putting your Christmas decorations
technically
up in November,
it's towards the end.
Fuck you.
It's getting towards the end of November.
That's the middle of November now.
Heart Radio in the UK, stop playing fucking Christmas songs. Fuck you too.
So we have this radio station in Southern California. It's like Coast Radio or whatever. Yeah. And like around 2 weeks before November, or not 2 weeks before November, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, that's when they start their nonstop Christmas music. And I think they go that station turns into an exclusively Christmas music or holiday music station all the way until about 5 or 6 days after Christmas.
I don't know what it's like in America, but do you guys have like your Christmas stations? Do they just play the same 10 Christmas songs?
No,
there's
a good variety. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, we're pretty great over here.
It's also the thing where obviously there are people who put up their Christmas. It's not really a thing to put up your Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving over here, since we have another holiday in between.
Yeah.
Halloween and Christmas. So it's a thing where it's like that's sort of the cutoff is after Thanksgiving, which is this Thursday actually.
Yeah, this
it's
Thursday.
One of those things that's like, go wild, put your Christmas decorations up because okay, next holiday's Christmas now.
It's different over here. Generally, it's not considered acceptable to put Christmas stuff up until 1st of December. There are people that do it early, but like someone in my area put their decorations up like the first week of November, and I was like, I want to burn your house down.
See, like, what is wrong with it? I feel like if I was over there, I'd be okay with it because it's like, well, the next holiday's Christmas.
Yeah,
it's still 2 months away.
Yeah, but when it's here, that it just goes in a flash, and you can't. It's almost like you can't enjoy it.
It's like, it's one of those things. It's like the span from like October to January, or like from Halloween to January 1st, is just so fast. Honestly,
yeah, because there's so much stuff happening. That
it just goes by.
It only gets faster as you guys get older. You guys are still younglings. You've got it all to experience.
But anyways, back to Adam's point because we never really answered it. What do we want for Christmas this year?
What's on your Christmas list?
Really, the only thing I want like physically right now is the new Mario game for my Switch.
That's actually what I was gonna say. Is I have 2 things on my list right here. There's a chance I might be getting Nintendo Switch and Super Mario Odyssey.
That shit. Like,
those are the only 2 things on my list.
I went into a GameStop like a week or so ago, and I was talking to some guys, and he had it out, and I was like, oh my god, I really want to play this game because it looks so fun. And
it does. It looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I just want to Switch in general too.
Seeing, I haven't watched the Game Grumps play Odyssey yet, but if ever I'm deciding whether to buy a game, I usually look to see if the Game Grumps have played it. Yeah. Because they just make games look fun. They're more Achievement Hunter. If Achievement Hunter have played a game, I'll watch them play that game, and if I think that looks fun, then I'll buy it. Yeah. So, I don't have a Switch. I've always stayed away from Nintendo consoles. I don't know why.
So actually, my first console ever was a Nintendo. It was the Nintendo GameCube. And
really?
Fucking awesome. Yeah.
Had a carry
that was not around long enough.
You could pick it up and smack people with it.
And it wasn't around long enough, but it was my only console for a couple of years. Maybe I think it was like almost 4 years, I think. Yeah. Before I got a PS2.
My first console was the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And I vaguely remember playing what I now know to be a Final Fantasy game and not having a clue what it was.
Yeah.
And then I had a 64.
Do you guys remember what the first video games you ever played were?
Oh, wow.
Honestly, I think it might have been like it was either Spyro or Crash Bandicoot.
I think mine was, it must have been again on the SNES, but I think mine was Metroid. It must have been a Metroid title because that game, like, I think I was only like 5 or 6 years old at the time, but that game scared the living piss out of me. Like, I just didn't know what was going on, and all these colors and this fucking monsters coming out the walls.
I also have this vague memory of playing The Tick on the Sega Genesis because my brother used to have one.
The Tick?
What
is that?
It was like a
new movie coming out.
It was actually I think there is a Tick movie. I think
there's a Tick movie that's
but it was like I don't know if the game came first or the cartoon, but I think it might have been the game came first and then they made a cartoon, but it was just like this big blue guy that was a Tick and he was like a superhero. But I remember playing that game specifically on New Year's Eve because I was in my mom's room and I was all alone and they were, I don't know, out there doing whatever. But and I was just playing that. And I just remember, like, there was a part where you were, like, running on top of, like, a subway train or something. It was weird. But I had a good time with that, I guess. But I didn't know what I was doing.
So, my first video game ever, obviously for the GameCube, was another video game featuring a prominently blue character. Sonic Adventures 2.
It's a good game.
Which had one of the best opening scenes of all time. Which is where, it's Escape from the City, where you jump out of the helicopter, you ride
at the speed of
you ride, I think it's like its door, a propeller or something. It's a fucking, like, snowboard down a hill. And I remember the first thing I said, I'm like, whoa, Sonic's fast. I knew nothing about video games.
Whoa, Sonic's fast.
I didn't know who Sonic was. I didn't know
Fucking
anything about it, so I was like, that's the first thing I noticed.
Sonic's
I just
fast.
remember old games, like less so with the GameCube and things like that. But I think anything before like the GameCube and the Xbox, I think those games were just super difficult. Like I've not finished Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I've not finished any of the original Sonics or the original Mario games, or excuse me, or any of the PS1 era Final Fantasies. Like apart from 9. I just couldn't finish them. They were so difficult. And I'm going back and as an adult and playing them now. I'm a bit more capable. But it's like, for the longest time, I couldn't figure out Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid just, like, was so difficult to me.
That game's just a mindfuck in general, though, to be fair.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
I have to be really thankful for the Nintendo 3DS. Because without the 3DS, I would not ever have been able to experience Ocarina of Time since I didn't have an N64.
I have.
That's another thing you should ask for.
That game.
Majora's Mask, right? Because you still want to get. You still haven't played that, have you?
Yeah, I still haven't played that one either. I need to. Wait, here it is. It's right here.
Oh.
My 3DS. Yep, it's right here.
Yeah, but you should get Majora's Mask. Because if you like Ocarina of Time, you'll for sure like Majora's
That was
Mask.
it as well. Like Majora's Mask was just such a difficult game. Like I reckon I could beat it now as an adult, but like back when I was 12 years old, I loved it. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I'm never gonna finish this game. I'm gonna stay 12 years old forever, and I'm just gonna be stuck in an endless loop of trying to fight Ganon, and I can't beat him, and I want to go home, and it's cold.
This game.
What the?
I don't remember. I guess the sticker got peeled off. I think this
Jesus
is Pokemon
Christ.
Platinum. I think that's, or not Platinum. I think it's Pokemon Diamond. I think that was the last game I went back and played through it.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
About a year ago. I actually haven't played my 3DS in a long time.
I think I might have told this story before, but I used to go and like before I like asked for games or really had like a gaming like a decent library of games, I used to go and steal my brother's games from his room. And then there was this one time I stole Vice City from him, and I guess I must have scratched it up because we were driving home and he was home. And he called my mom, and he was so furious. He was all like, Kevin fucking scratched my Vice City. And I'm like, I don't know what happened. I didn't. Like, I was trying to play it off. But,
So follow on from Adam's question a little while ago then. So obviously we know what the first games we played were. But what was the first thing, like, gaming thing you saw that made you want to play games?
I don't...
Like, you don't just decide you want to play games. Like,
probably,
what game did you see?
Probably my brother playing Final Fantasy VIII when I was younger.
See, funny enough, that was mine, but it was my mother. My mother played Final Fantasy VIII in front of me, and I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then I played it and discovered that game is a difficult piece of shit, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
brother's favorite Final Fantasy.
My older cousins always played games and stuff like that, so I wanted to do it too. I remember all the time because my older cousin would babysit me a lot. So whenever I'd go over to her house, she always had. Was Kingdom Hearts 1 on the PS1 or 2?
2.
Or it was on the 2. I knew it was on the 2. I just didn't know if they also had it on the 1. Anyway,
they wouldn't run.
Yeah, so she had a PS2, and it was like one of the big old PS2. So like the
the bricks.
Yeah,
PS2 thick.
And maybe that's why I thought it was a 1. But anyway. And I would always play Kingdom Hearts at her house. Yeah. But, like, I don't know why. I guess just because every time I went over there, I don't know if I didn't save or whatever, I just restarted the game every time I played. So I played the very beginning levels of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Destiny Islands.
Probably, yeah. I played Destiny Islands, Tarzan, Alice in Wonderland, and what's the other one? There's another one.
Coliseum.
Is it?
And Coliseum.
No, I played Under the Sea?
It was Coliseums. No, Under the Sea came later.
That's the
I played those 4 levels on Kingdom Hearts 1 more than because I never beat Kingdom Hearts 1. even though I owned it, I never beat it. I still haven't beat it.
It's a good game.
I find that interesting though, because you played Kingdom Hearts, which is very much a weeby game, but you never spiraled off into any other weeby games.
It just didn't grab me. I think honestly the least favorite parts of the game were the Final Fantasy characters. I didn't care about them too much.
Because you didn't know them. Yeah, because you knew Disney. You didn't know Final Fantasy.
I don't know who these fucking guys are. But here's Donald Duck and
See,
Goofy.
that's the thing. Because because like I said before, my first experience with games was watching my brother play Final Fantasy. So when I was in Traverse Town and fucking Leon came out of nowhere, I was like, holy fucking shit, I know that. And it actually, no, it was funny. So the first time that I fought him, because I couldn't get past Destiny Islands for the life of me because I couldn't figure it out, because I don't think I could really read, so I didn't know what I had to collect. So I got my brother to beat Destiny Islands, and I'm like, give it to me, and he was mad at me, and then I was playing, and he was still watching me, and then Leon showed up, and he's all like, he's gonna kick your ass, and then he did. So
and kick his ass, he did.
Yeah.
Can I give a spoiler for turn-based here, Davey?
I don't know. You better ask Tim. How big of a spoiler?
It's not the. It's we were playing turn-based, and I saw one of the. We were watching one of the opening cutscenes, and all of a sudden I said, "Oh shit, that's Leon!" I said it like that.
I mean, yeah, that's the spoiler, guys.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder what that means.
Yeah, what could that mean? But,
so,
hey, look, Adam said it. I didn't say it. I have no control over him.
That was just one of my moments.
Adam's on turn-based now.
That doesn't remind me. So wait, why did Squall change his name to Leon in Kingdom Hearts? Was there a reason?
I think maybe because they thought Squall would probably be weird, but they kept Yuffie and what was the other guys? Yeah,
And
I don't know.
See, that's the thing. I didn't even know that one, his name was Squall, or two, that you could rename your characters. I'm like, all I said was, oh shit, it's Leon.
Because there's a Leon in 8, but he's a different character, right?
Well, his name is Squall Leonhardt. That's what it is.
I know, but there's a Leon in the game that's like, he's a different character. I thought there was.
No, I think what it was is in Final Fantasy, in Kingdom Hearts, I think the story wasn't he like in hiding or something?
Yeah.
Like he'd been pulled from the.
Well, they all were though. But but Leon was the only one that like, I'm gonna change my name, and they're probably like, whatever, you fucking weirdo.
Can I just say something about the Kingdom Hearts games? Is why did they think that in both Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 that people wanted to play Under the Sea or whatever aerial world it was?
I don't want to play this level.
I've got no idea. But I know I'm 99% sure I remember reading that the only reason Kingdom Hearts came about was because one of the like Square Enix reps and like a Disney Japan exec were sharing a lift and started talking, and they were like, just let's make a game, and then they made 2 games, and then they made 17 other games.
Yeah, they made a billion games.
Yeah. Well, I will say, at least in the second game, they changed. It was a musical in Under the Sea.
Yeah, which was even worse. It was weirder.
Yeah, it was weird.
I hated that level because I've replayed Kingdom Hearts 2 so many times that I fucking hated whenever I was like, it's quick time events. That's
but I'd rather play that than fucking trying to fucking finagle with the controls to fucking descend and ascend.
That was terrible too. Don't get me wrong. I just hated it both times. I'm like,
I'm curious if they're gonna bring it back in 3.
Please
and if
no.
so, well, it might. Well, yeah, but it might control better though.
Maybe.
How long has it been since Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3?
12 years.
Kingdom Hearts 2, yeah. So, fun fact: the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3 came out when I was a freshman in high school. It came out in 2013.
And it may or may not come out next year. Maybe.
It may come out 5 years after the trailer. Maybe.
I got you beat. The trailer for Final Fantasy 13 came out when I was in year 6, which is like 11 to 12. So I don't know what grade that is for you guys. But it came out when I was in year 6. And didn't come out until I was until I'd left school, which was like when I was 17, I think, or something like that, or 16.
Yeah, so, but wasn't it like 13 was originally like what kind of 15 ended up being, but then they changed? That was like a weird thing.
Yeah,
because I remember
there was originally meant to be 3 games in 13.
Yeah.
13, and then Versus 13, and then Agito 13. Versus 13 became 15.
Yeah.
13 got released as a game, and I don't know what the fuck they did with Agito. I think they turned it into like a mobile game.
Agito, that's
but yeah, it was like there was 10 years between that first trailer coming out for 13.
Yeah. And
like, I don't know if it was 13 or 15. But
I remember seeing back in the day, like in 2008, like seeing that kick-ass trailer where the guy had all the swords like summoned, and I was like, "That's fucking cool."
Oh yeah, it was Versus 13.
Yeah, I was like,
sort of like
game 15.
What happened with Birth by Sleep, where everyone was like, "This is Kingdom Hearts 3," and then it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which I only played on the PSP. I didn't know that they actually came out with that later as a fucking game for reals on console. There's so many fucking games that I played the handheld version of that I didn't know actually came out.
Yeah.
On like PS3 and PS4. Like, what the fuck? This is a real game? I played this shitty, like, card game that was on the Game Boy Advance.
Oh,
like,
that game sucked.
No, but
what was that one where it's like he's in like the Castle Oblivion or whatever?
It's Chain of Memories.
Did that ever come out?
Yeah, it's Chain of Memories.
Yeah, it's rejigged in one.
They actually put that one. They actually put that one on the PS2 before they reported it. Yeah, they did.
I'd never seen that. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. I didn't know it too until I fucking saw it in the store. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Because I was like I was a big Kingdom Hearts. I knew Chain of Memories existed because I played it at a friend's house, but I never owned like the Chain of Memories Game Boy Advance game. But I was in Walmart one day and I looked and it said Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Like, what is that? I have all the Kingdom Hearts games on PS2. I don't have that one. Mommy, buy it.
I want someone to draw Kevin in that pose, pointing like wide-eyed.
Mommy, buy it. Mommy, buy it.
So I had several handheld Kingdom Hearts games. I had Chain of Memories for the Game Boy Advance. I had Birth by Sleep for the PSP. I had, what was the one for Game Boy where it was not Game Boy, sorry, DS Lite or whatever.
358 Days Over 2.
Yeah, that one where you play as like Roxas or whatever.
Yeah.
That one I got stuck on a level that I can't beat or that I couldn't beat, and I haven't tried to this day to beat. And then what was the other one that came out on 3DS?
Dream Drop Distance.
Dream Drop Distance. That's what it was. I have all 4 of those games. I haven't beaten a single one of them.
I've never even played them.
Now they're all on PlayStation 4.
I've played 5 Kingdom Hearts games, and I've only beaten one of them.
The second one, which arguably I feel is like probably the best one. I
figure out where I need to get supplies to make the fucking ultimate weapon. Damn it!
Wait, what? You're stuck on that? I did that.
Yeah.
I can do that for you.
So now that we've talked about
one thing, I think, and I can't remember what it is.
Now that we've talked about games for 50 minutes, do we want to talk about something that's not games?
Well, I mean, we're almost at.
It's just time for LNDB.
Yeah. All right.
Go 2 rounds.
Let's do a theme. Let's do a themed one for the holidays.
Okay.
We'll do this for the next.
It's not the holidays.
It is technically for us because Thanksgiving is next week.
Thanksgiving's coming up.
We'll do Thanksgiving only.
We're going best score. Thanksgiving movies. Go.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Is that a Thanksgiving movie?
Yeah, it takes place during Thanksgiving.
I've never seen it.
It's a good one. All right, your turn, Dave. You pick one.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
That's probably a real thing. Some
it is a real
guy.
thing. They watched it on theater mode for achievement, aren't they?
It's good. I mean, I said best score, so you're not gonna win probably.
Change's PC is alive now. 50 minutes into the podcast.
Oh my god.
We got Kevin wins that round. Playing Trains and Automobiles at 4.6. Thanksgiving is at a 4.3. Dave, what were you going for?
I don't know. I don't understand this game. I don't know enough films. I don't care. I'm just here to make up the numbers.
Going best score again. Christmas movies. Go.
Home Alone 2.
Jingle All the Way.
Dave is picking some fucking shitty movies.
Jingle All the Way is not a shitty movie. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, and it's heartwarming. Fuck you.
It's pretty bad.
It's not.
The climax is a fucking.
And Kevin wins LMDB for this week. That was the fastest we ever got through.
God damn it.
5.5 for Jingle All the Way. 6.6 for Home Alone 2. Kevin, I think Home Alone 1 would have had you give you a better score.
It was the first thing that popped in my head.
Home Alone has a 7.5. All right, Dave wins.
Dave wins?
You said Dave wins. I won.
You said it. And
Kevin
soon
wins.
for victory.
Davey just wants to eat his chicken, or not his chicken, his Chinese
chicken.
If you guys had said I heard, I would not have accepted it. All right. Well, I expected that game to go on longer.
Yeah.
Dave's not good at it.
There's 2 of us.
It's fine. We can end it off here. I mean, it's basically been an hour, 56 minutes. So if you guys enjoyed this this podcast, if you can call it that.
Gaming podcast. We're a gaming podcast.
Yeah, please consider giving us a subscribe and a like on this live stream. It would be pretty awesome. We have a website. Go check us out at limitednight.com. We have a Twitter at the LimitedNight. Please go and follow us. We'll keep you up to date on a bunch of stuff. If you would like to come and chat with us lovely blokes, we do have a community Discord. The link is in the description. And I also want to remind everybody, this Sunday we are having, Tim is doing a Destiny 2 live stream. We're going to get raid ready for in potential upcoming Limited Night stream where we do the raid. So
yeah, what guys are you at right now? Light level?
I am at 263, I think.
Yeah, you were playing it. You were playing it yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I know your night. Are you 230?
I think I'm high. I think I'm almost 240 now.
All right, so it's just him letting the team down. Got it.
Yeah.
We're until Sunday, fam.
Yeah,
I have all day tomorrow.
I think we have. I think this week, this Sunday, we're gonna do the Nightfall. I think is what we're planning on doing.
And I'm not there.
Oh, poor Davey. Gonna go play D&D. But yeah, so
no, I'm not. I'm going to a concert. Fuck you.
Well, who are you gonna go see?
Enter Shikari.
Oh, that's cool. I like them. Anyways, so yeah, this has been the Limited Night Live podcast. Join us next Friday at 9 p.m. GMT, and we'll see you there for some more crazy banter that doesn't go anywhere and has no substance. Bye! Bye!
Mommy, I want that one.